if I can think of one word to describe it, it is a gritty film.
Yeah, for sure. It's intense. And yeah, a lot of people who are expecting it to be all about zombies, I think have been surprised. So, but it's been good feedback because it's a more heartfelt kind of a story.
Yeah, it is. And that's the twist in it is I think you're gonna capture an audience that's looking for maybe a zombie film, but coming away with so much more out of it. Was this a difficult shoot?
Yeah, it was. It was, the elements were tough. It was a lot of walking. It was very, very hot some days. I mean, I would say probably even 100. So, and yeah, and then the last 20 minutes for me as an actor were some of the toughest acting, if not the toughest acting I've ever done.
You've done a lot of science fiction, horror, that kind of thing, in that genre. Why do you gravitate to that?
I've always loved horror since I was little, so I've always wanted to be in it. I don't know, and I think it challenges me as an actor. All the emotions are 10x,
Hmm.
versus like if you're doing a comedy, it's comedy's great and it has a different sort of ability that's required, but I think horror is just runs you through the whole gamut of emotions. Like you're in extreme terror and grief, and so it's very challenging for an actor.
Yeah, I would think so as well. I think, as you say, you run that whole, the whole rainbow of feelings in that. But then there's something about, getting down and dirty and you're shooting guns and you're running around and it's almost like a kid's playtime.
Yeah, totally. There's a lot of action, so it definitely keeps you entertained. It's never boring.
Mm. Working with Jim Towns, was that a joyful experience? Had you known Jim?
Oh yeah, I love Jim. We knew each other because we were going to do a film called Man Haters, with which didn't actually end up going through. So then I came to him with this because I wanted to produce it and stuff, and I said, do you have any films that you want to make? And then he was like, yeah, actually, and then we just jumped in and started producing this together.
Yeah, he's really understanding of this genre as well. He's got a great eye.
Yeah, oh, for sure. He does. He's a great director in the way he sets up the shots and everything. And, he has to, of course, direct the cinematography, and how to do the shots and stuff. So it's very creative the way he puts things together. Because as a director, you have to have, of course, an overall vision from scene to scene and as the movie as a whole. So I think he did an excellent job in that.
Talk to me a little bit about you wearing two hats in this film. You're in the film, you're starring in it, but you're also producing it. Are you do you enjoy wearing that producer's hat?
I do. I mean, it's the toughest job I've ever done. You're taking care of so many things at once and so many different people at once. So it's definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done. But I do enjoy it in that I have more of a say in the final outcome of the film. So like the music and sound design and, the editing and stuff like that. And of course, the distribution. I've known Asylum since 2010. They picked up the other film I produced. So I, was able to get them to distribute it and stuff like that. And I love them as a company. So versus when I'm just acting in it, I just act and leave. So if the producers pick a distributor who's maybe not going to do the best with the film, there's really nothing I can do about it. So what's great about producing is I get to see the product from beginning all the way to end to releasing it like a child or a bird or, it
Are
becomes your baby.
are you interested in doing, other things in the back? Are you interested in editing or directing?
I've actually directed. I directed my first feature. I loved it more than I ever imagined I would. I just fell in love with it. Yeah. So I do think that I'm going to end up directing more and also producing. It seems to keep falling on my lap.
That's kind of nice,
I
though.
What's that?
I said that's very nice, though, that falls into your lap.
Yeah, it is. I have people coming to me wanting to give me money to make stuff, and I guess they've seen my past films, and I've done a great job getting distribution with them and stuff, and paid my investors back. And so yeah, I have them keep coming at me and new ones. So I think you grow a reputation as a producer as well.
Jamie, tell me a little bit about your character, Claire.
Well, she's kind of funny. She's not equipped to survive in this harsh landscape for sure. She didn't even know the zombie apocalypse was happening. So, yeah, but she toughens up through the film. It's kind of like some Karate Kid type moments when the character of Freddie, played by Craig Stark, teaches my character to fight and stuff like that. So she does toughen up throughout the film.
Yeah, I have another friend in the film, Sadie Katz, and she is just amazing too. What a treasure she is.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Yeah, so this movie is, I mean, people can find it on the internet now and on video on demand. What do you think they'll take away from watching End Times?
Hmm. Well, I mean, when we did the film, we hoped to, not only scare people, but move them emotionally. So, I think it's very much about life and living, from moment to moment and enjoying life while it's there, because you can lose it. So anyone who's lost anyone, gone through any kind of grief, I think can kind of take away a sort of empathy from watching this film, because I'm not giving away anything when I say this. We know within the first minute that I'm going to turn into a zombie later. So I'm not, there's no spoilers there. But yeah, by the end of the film, it's moved people to tears. So
I'm glad you turned back into a human for this interview because
me too. I mean, my goodness.
do you
Yeah.
take a piece of Claire with you when you go to other sets? I mean, do you carry characters with you?
I do believe there is some of that, especially with the fighting and stuff. I wasn't formally trained to fight, do martial arts, but I keep sort of playing that tough girl, or the vulnerable girl who turns into the tough girl. So, I learned a lot of fighting on the film, and so I definitely take that with me from project to project.
I'm hoping to see you, do more comedy and other things in the future. And again, congratulations on End Times. I really enjoyed it. I laughed and I cried. What more can you say?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.
You too. Thanks so much.